Greetings everyone, and welcome to this Let's Play of Castlevania Circle of the Moon. The game came out in 2001 for the Game Boy Advance, and it was the first game in the series after Symphony of the Night to adopt the Metroidvania style of exploration and action hybrid, a little bit of RPG elements, some leveling up, has some new stuff. Just making a test recording there. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm just going to let the opening text scroll go, and I'll be right back with you. Not the bats. Alright, so the two brothers were separated. And now we must go into the castle. So for anybody who played Symphony of the Night, this game was kind of both great and a little bit annoying in some ways. Just because playing it on the original Game Boy Advance system, just the regular GBA with no backlight, everything was so incredibly dark that I think I probably still have eye damage from it. Also, it's on a little bit smaller of a scale, and it has a bit different of a gameplay style than Symphony of the Night, I would say. It definitely is more difficult, as we will see pretty shortly here. Although, I'm not sure how hard I will find it now that I haven't played it for many, many years. But pre-Souls game, Tom had a pretty hard time with this. One thing the game does have is a fantastic soundtrack, though, like most Castlevania games. And this really popped when I heard it on the GBA for the first time. The samples sound a little grainy now, but still, just fantastic. There are a lot of remixes of classic Castlevania tunes, and it is just good stuff. So this is one of the main gimmicks of the game, the DSS system, which is basically a card system. And you can use these cards to impact your stats, which I will check out in just a second as soon as I take care of these guys. So you can see we are Nathan Graves, and the dual setup system. So the only card we have right now is Mercury, and we can look at that under cards. And it has the potential of strength, so that does increase our attack damage just slightly. And this is one of the capabilities that you have in the game. If you hold down the B button, you can swing your whip around really fast. It's kind of stupid, but that's okay. That guy gave us the Salamander card when we beat it. And the Salamander card gives you the power of fire. So to use these cards, what you do is you hit the L button, And now I have the Fire Whip. Pardon the framiness there for a second. But yeah, the Fire Whip actually does less damage to these guys. I guess they're immune to fire, or resistant to it. And we've reached a save point, which of course we will do. Hang on just a moment here. Alright, let's see if that helps things out. It looks like it did a little bit. I just tried closing some programs here. Alright, so just like in Symphony of the Night, we can look up our map. The world is significantly smaller in this game than it is in Symphony of the Night. Also, there's no inverted castle, which is good, because if there was, then it would probably be absolutely sadistic in this game. And we can't really go over there for now. And we've got our first sub-weapon. Just like in most Castlevania games, you can get sub-weapons and use them by pressing up in the attack button. And just like in most Castlevania games, the knife is really not that great. You can't machine gun it like in Symphony of the Night, so that definitely limits its usefulness a little bit. Still a good way to attack enemies from a distance, though. And we've got our first level up. Just like in Symphony of the Night, you get levels as you progress through the game, which can be pretty darn useful at times. But we are moving ahead, and I believe we are already almost at our first boss fight. Yes, the Earth Demon. This is not actually a boss. I remember this guy, though. I remember him killing me many times as a child. Mostly, when I did very similar things to that. Yeah, you just gotta time your jumps and you're gonna be okay, though. Alright. First try. I am so proud of myself. And we've got the Magic Gauntlet, which increases our intelligence, which will probably make our fire attack do more damage. Alright, can't make it up there quite yet, but I can now, because I've got the dash boots. Okay, and this is actually what I was waiting for, because dashing in this game is pretty essential. As you've no doubt noticed, the regular walking speed is ridiculously slow. So I'm going to go back here and save, and then we will continue with our journey into the castle. Alright. Going through those worms like I don't even care. In this game, unlike Symphony of the Night, which reduces the amount of damage that you do when you get poisoned, this one actually does what you expect it to. Drains your life steadily as you are suffering from that particular ailment. I'm just going to go a little bit further, and then we're going to call this an episode. So, these poison worms, I remember them being enemies that are tough to deal with at first, or not tough to deal with, but a little bit tedious, and then you come back and they never pose a threat again, in any of their forms. Now I can just go right past this dude, and it doesn't even stand a chance at catching up with me. At least I hope so, because that would not be so great. Alright, here's a big door. That scares me. Oh, there's another door over here. Alright, maybe I didn't need to be scared. Moving into the graveyard. Underground graveyard. Yeah, some of the locations are a little bit crazy in this game. Although not quite so much as some of the other Castlevania games. You know, it's a fairly straightforward game by comparison to some of the things that other games in the series pull. I did get another level up, which is great. Whipping zombies. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of nice. And we've reached a tower area. And I believe this area actually runs throughout the entire castle. You can get many different places from here. But let's see what's over here. Oh, more tower. And this looks like a path. Oh, and we can slide in this game. I'd actually forgotten about that. You just do exactly what you think you do. Down an A, just like Mega Man. Alright, and we've got our first HP max upgrade. Works the same way as Symphony of the Night. If you get an HP max, your actual HP is refilled, which can be very useful. Alright, we're heading back up into the tower. Actually, let's go down, because I fell and I am very easily swayed. Alright. And we are going along the bottom part of the castle here. Now that I know how to deal with this guy, it's going to be much, much easier. It does take quite a lot of hits, though. I gotta wonder how my fire whip would handle that guy. There's only one way to find out. By looking at game facts. Or by trying it myself. Alright. And I believe you do get the same jump attack as you do in Symphony of the Night eventually here, but obviously not yet. We're going to be coming right on back there as soon as we do. But in the meantime, let's check out the path one more floor up. Alright, we've reached another save point. And actually that seems like a good place to end this episode for now. So thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed it.